So we've now got a Team of the Season repeatable upgrade. It is a 92 plus 1 of 5 Team of the Season player pick. And 1 of 5 Team of the Season or Team of the Season highlight as well. But it's repeatable for the next 6 days. And again, like we've seen with previous SBCs, it's not a full team you need, which is always nice. You've got 87, you need 5 of them. And you've got 88s, which you need 5 of them. Each one's going to give you a small Electrum and small Prime Electrum pack. But the big thing with this is you get some coins back from discarding them. So I've just put in some special cards that, to be honest, are not really going to go in the team. And I'm going to kind of go through what's the best way to go unlimited with this. Because it's going to be very interesting to see what methods people choose. So if you've got another method down below, leave it there. And then we've obviously got the 88s, we can throw it. Let's have a look and see what the first one gives us then, because it could be that the rate is really hard to pull anything big, but a 1 of 5 pick is normally pretty good. So I know that there's a lot of Team of the Season, so I'm not expecting crazy, but it could be that you could get some nice options here. So let's have a run through. So first one, 93, fair enough. I mean, at least it's not 92 straight away. We then get 95 Caicedo, very nice. And so if you're looking for coins, check in the description for El Dorado. Depending on the coin amount that you're looking for, the delivery time is displayed on the website, and you'll see lots of different trusted sellers with reviews on specifics and also the ability to be able to pick who you want. It will also show how much they have in stock, and obviously you can see that they are verified members. There is 100% refund ability and also 24/7 support if you need any questions with your coin needs. Also, if you head over to Trustpilot as well, you can see over 30,000 upvotes for them. You can see how reliable they are. Obviously great feedback across the entire board with El Dorado. So when on checkout, make sure you are using the code JT11 for 5% off your order every time. Discount code JT11. Now let's get back to the video. Picking fodder portions as well, which is always nice. We get a 92 expected. We then get 95 Otamendi. And finally, 95 Diaby. Quadruple playstyle plus as well, which is always nice. I mean, I can't really argue on that pick, to be honest. You've got a bit of everything, kind of a couple of the lower leagues, what you'd expect. Diaby, technically an off league, but I'll absolutely take him as a little option going into this, especially if you could kind of keep grinding this over and over again. So realistically, what we need to isolate with these is 87s and 88s. There's no other needed. You need 10 players in total to get this done, and I think it's a pretty good trade if you're obviously utilizing gold rares from obviously your upgrades to then put in other stuff as well. So for instance, the 84 times 10 does need a player from this, and you can utilize Team of the Seasons or Team of the Weeks. So you could use both if you wanted to recycle and make the 85 team lower. If I wanted to throw Diaby in, realistically he's not going to go in the main team or the bench, so he could be thrown into this and make the team lower in general. So there is them options for what you get back. But what we can kind of utilize is these squad shifters. So now we know that 87s, 88s are off limits. They're going to go into Team of the Season packs for this unlimited grind. There is no way that you can do both, because that you're just going to give up a lot of the fodder to go into these 88s, and then you've got to think, well, when do I put my 88s into this? You're going to be looking at maybe the 86s, but I would definitely be suggesting the 89s at the absolute absolute minimum, I suppose. So they are obviously back. It is again 89 or higher. So if you wanted to put Diaby into this, it'd be a bit of a waste being a 95, but a 92, if you got 5 92s for whatever reason, then that might not be a bad option you could go with as well. So the way I'd kind of start this from a very ground kind of zero perspective, I'd be looking at my crafting, your daily silvers, your grinding upgrades, getting them done as quick as possible, because it's going to give you a little bit of fodder to start with. I'd then be chucking any of that sort of fodder into potentially player picks, into obviously your 82 1 of 4s is a chance to give you something. It's not guaranteed. That's the only thing that I don't like from this. You can obviously get good, you can get bad. It's one of them that you just got to kind of keep going until you hit the nail on the head with it. You literally just put in your rares, your commons if you really want to as well. At this point in the game, you should be able to grind out as much as possible, which is nice. But it is a very much a, if you're lucky, you can get it done. And it's why I would personally go with doing Team of the Week picks first until you grind it in there. Sometimes you get some high rated fodder. You mainly get 85s more so than anything. But what the main aspect you're trying to do is trying to get up to this 84 times 10 and also the 86 2 of 3. they've got the big chance to get yourselves a very nice pull of some 88s and 87s. So that's going to be one way that I personally would go with, trying to get your daily stuff here, because it's going to be your best way. Realistically, that's going to be what I personally would do to try and get as many of them 87s and 88s. Now, I'm not saying it's completely repeatable without putting any work in. That is going to be during footies. It's not going to be during now, because obviously that's kind of the whole point of this grind. It's leading you until then. So obviously right now you're going to have to put a bit of effort in to be able to grind out as much as possible. So if we was to do the 84 times 10, honestly my luck with it hasn't been the greatest. I've definitely had my fair share of moderate pulls from it. It's been decent, like it's definitely got back what I put in, but it's most definitely not that crazy. I've not really had the greatest amount of shapeshifters from it, so it depends on how your luck's going with how many 88s or 87s you get back from the 84 times 10. But if you can grind it for as little as possible, it means that there's a chance that you do get some thrown in there. We get an 89, 88, 87, so we get one of each there at least, and the 89s are going to be perfect to be put back into that shapeshifter upgrade. And like I say, if you've got some team of the seasons, you could make the 84 a bit cheaper in being able to do it. Then obviously you could do your 86 2 or 3. That's probably going to be your best chance to find 88s realistically. So in terms of grinding that all around, it is just doing your daily stuff. If you run out of your 84 times 10s, I'd suggest just doing the 82 1 of 4 picks, and eventually you will get the 5 out of there. Like I say, it's not going to be that you can physically sit here and just do like the 83 times 15 repeatable. It's going to take a bit of work to start with, and most definitely it will be a bit of a grind to start with. They don't want you doing this 400 times before you go to bed tonight. It's going to be, I can do like 5 tonight with some of the players that I've got in here. I'm not going to use half of these players, so I might as well chuck these in right now. These are going to give me at least a better shot at getting something decent, and I can kind of utilize what I've got here. I can then put the rest into either, like I say, 89 shapeshifters. I could put them into other SBCs that could give me fodder back, and that's kind of your whole purpose at the moment. And another way that you can kind of do this SBC, go into storage and then go ahead and whack it up to 87, low to high, and it will just give you that easy aspect. I've just put that as a reset. Fantastic. But you can obviously do this and you can move some players around and do it that way. It's a bit quicker if you know you've got stuff in your club, and for instance, I'm okay with all of them going in and I could submit it like that. So in terms of the grindability, it's definitely there. It's just going to take a bit of work, but it's a repeatable aspect that I personally do like. I'm not a big fan of doing the historical icons or anything like that. This is going to at least give you some players that could either go into Evos down the line, or you could even get one of the big boys out of these, which would be fantastic. Not a great start with 392s, and I'm going to say this is going to be one of the worse ones. Rafa's not necessarily the greatest, so he would definitely be a fodder option later on down the line. So let me know if you managed to get anybody good. I can imagine Twitter's going to be an absolute pool of people getting Mbappe's, Bellingham's, and the whole nine. So let me know down below what you get. Make sure you like and subscribe on these, and we'll keep grinding until we get into that footies.